Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Dear Kid, the review, and it's time. We got our first official, I wouldn't say official, but kind of our second trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines. And it's funny because I want to also aware of this because I didn't even know that this movie is actually filmed for IMAX because when I went to go watch Mickey 17, they had the trailers before it. The Final Destination trailer came up and it showed up in full screen, full screen. I was like, oh, so we're going to be seeing these things on a big, wide surface. So I don't know what I'm going to expect with the actual trailer for this one. But yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines is a sequel, not a requel this time, and also the fact that this is actually taking place after Final Destination 4, where for those of you who don't remember, Final Destination 5 is actually a prequel to the first one where it's almost revealed to be a sequel since they had Tony Todd, and the fact that the ending actually revealed that this was actually a prequel to the first movie leading into those events. That was the biggest shock in the movie theater at the time. I was too young to actually experience an audience, but when I actually saw that for the first time, I was like, whoa, that's kind of a big twist. And like I just mentioned, sadly, this is the last performance of Tony Todd ever in his life. And it's kind of weird because I feel like, damn, like who would have thought that one of our greatest horror legends actually died last year? And I thought, oh, so Stream was the last thing I actually saw him in. And also the fact that he was in that Indiana Jones game as a reveal, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool too. And seeing as though this is his last official performance, hopefully it's a good one. And I could just say, I hope they actually do him well in this movie. But for the trailer itself, let's see what the movie looks like because I already know the basic plot of this thing is that there are a couple premonition deaths that shouldn't have happened, and leading into these kids actually realizing that they weren't even supposed to be born, and through every accident that was supposed to be going on to where death is actually going on for them, it actually didn't, and now it's revealed that they're actually going to kill these kids off one by one. Let's see how that goes, and let's see what's the big accident that's going to cause this whole thing because they've been hyping up the accident. They've been trying to reveal what it is, and I don't even know if it's going to be something big because there's been a lot of accidents in these movies, but the biggest one here, let's take a look at what that is because it has to be something for reimagining, or should I say, a big comeback for the franchise. So let's get to the trailer.
Drinks all around.
That little clip was shown yesterday. I was like, all right, makes me want to double check my drinks.
Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
Hey, get up here.
That was a close one.
He's a
Oh.
relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he finishes the job.
The air. If I remember that reference.
Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh.
Oh. Okay, not too bad. All right.
What's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Oh, and it's kind of cool. Little
Saved a lot of lives
reminds me a
that
little bit
way.
of Final Destination 5.
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
Okay, so some of the stuff like the truck, the plane.
Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
Only by embracing death
Mm-hmm.
will it pass you by.
Oh, he looks a bit thinner.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Throwback.
Good luck.
From what I can tell, the trailer didn't reveal too much exactly. you get the main premise of what is exactly the chain of events that started all this thing. And I get a feeling that a couple of the deaths that they're keeping away from this trailer are going to be a little bit more intense than the ones that we're actually seeing here because yeah, we get the main premonition death is going to be the whole catalyst of this whole thing. But I remember in like the teaser that one dude who actually got ran over by the truck at the end, which actual throwback to Final Destination 1. That guy got a hook to his nose ring and actually lifted him up and actually burned him inside the tattoo parlor. So I guess that whole thing is a little fake out. The main accident in this thing, I didn't expect to be like a building collapsing on a high precipice, but I guess that's the main chain. But I would have expected something bigger since I don't know what can you do to actually top something like the plane, the the truck scene, which I don't even know how that's going to be topped off, or even in Final Destination 5 with the whole thing on the New York Bridge when everything was falling apart. I was like, oh, this feels more like an action movie than a horror franchise in that whole sequence. But I hope they actually lean more on horror because Final Destination 5, even though they mixed up a couple of genres, like it wasn't taking itself way too seriously, it felt more action thriller heavy than horror. I hope they could try to bring back more of the horror elements of this thing and some of the most creative ways they could actually avoid death. But besides that, I'm in for a good movie. Hopefully, they don't deal too heavy on the effects on this one. Yes, we get to see a little cool sequence of how everybody's going to be seeing the premonitions, but still, I hope they keep everything a little bit boots on the ground rather than just supernatural, something heavy happening. Because I remember back when the early Final Destination movies did this whole thing where, oh, we're going to be seeing little bits and pieces of air or at least something fragmented moving on its own, where it's like, oh, this is actually death causing it rather than just something CGI heavy. But hey, I'm in for a good movie at this point, and hopefully, just because this movie's in IMAX, I wonder if they could try to get this in a 4DX or the D box chairs where you actually feel some of the stuff going on. Because I got to, oh my god, I don't even know if it is allowed in horror movies, but if they actually allow that type of sequence in a horror movie for once, I'd actually be down to go see it like that. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.